Greetings everybody, today we are talking ornamental pools. Now this is a perfect example. This is the big ornamental pool slash fountain that was in the tutorial. And as you can see, if we take the water out, it's just, it's perfect. Now the key to its success is this edging, this flange that's around the outside next to the path. That is the key. Now yeah, there's lots of these nice touches. The arches in there are a beautiful touch. And you've got the little raised level going around the middle and the little fountains in there so you can have water coming out of it. Those are all nice extras, and the lipping around the edge, but the key is that flange. That's what we need to remember. Now we're going to go over to our little testing ground, which you would have seen we've used in all of the videos so far, and we use it in all of the videos going forward. So we're going to start creating. Now I will say this, I am going to change my mind part of the way through this because I want to show you something very specific, but we're going to build the whole thing above ground to begin with. Now there is a reason for that, and I will show you later on in the video. So build whatever size, shape, whatever you fancy. Now I will say, I'm building this as a rectangle right now. I'm actually going to change my mind, and the video will transition into this being a shape with more curved edges, because I actually want you guys to see something very specific in this. So we'll transition over to that, and then we should carry on. So you can see now we've got the curved edging, and we've added another depth to it. We've covered the bottom so it's all contained, and we're now just adding the very important lipping, edging, flanging, whatever you want to call it, around the outside. Now you will notice I'm being an idiot and selecting completely the wrong thing, because I just finished doing the internal part, and what I actually want is the square shape. There we go. Now we're going to jump ahead. So basically all we're going to do is select all of this shape, and we're going to sink it down into the ground so the edging is at ground level. Then we're going to use the new super duper ground tool, the terrain tool, that just basically cuts and eats chunks of the terrain out. We'll be going through all the terrain tools, don't worry, we'll be showing that in another video. So just basically all you want to do is keep deleting around the edges, don't go too far until you can see what you've just created, basically, because when you first start, all of this will be ground level and you won't be able to see the depth of the pool. But now we're all done. Now the reason I wanted to do the curved edging was so you can see these gaps, okay, because these are super important. So we're going to start filling this up with water. But, and this is the thing to get your head around, is we're not actually filling up this structure. What we're actually filling up is the ground we've eaten away. It just clips through the wall. It goes completely through it. Hence why these, there you go. So you can actually see there, the water goes through the wall, goes past it. That is why the edging around the outside is so important, because it covers that up. So if we're a little messy and we cut a little bit too deep, whatever, that edging is just going to hide that for us. Now you will notice here this grass sticking up through, which is really annoying, and you get it the same on track rides. Sometimes you just don't want it. Sometimes it looks quite good on the track rides, but a lot of times you want it nice and clean, especially if you're coming into the station, you want it to look nice and clean. Just use a stone tool. Just go onto the terrain, select stone, and then just, there you go. And it just disappears, and it never regrows because it's stone. I'm rushing this, so I'm not being particularly neat around the edges. I will go back and try and just tidy it up a little bit. But that means the grass now won't grow through the path, which is a lot better. It's what you want aesthetically. There you go. We're just going to tweak that. So that's basically it. That is the pool done. Now we'll go on. We'll do a few more little tweaks and things like that. Because you could say, well, if we'd done corners, proper corners, you wouldn't have these annoying gaps. But I'm going to show you. We can say we actually like the slightly ellipsed, slightly oval shapes, but there are ways around it. You can, as I said in the building video where I talked about plants and things like that, covering up your sins, covering up your mistakes. Rocks and decorative things can do exactly the same purpose. They can just cover up any bits where you're just like, that don't look 100% perfect. Now we're just going to copy the same rock. We're going to put it in all four corners, and whereas yes, we could have gone just straight lines, straight edges, and this wouldn't have been an issue. This rock in the four corners actually ends up being quite a nice little style feature. And if you wanted, you could have fountains coming off of each of the rocks so that they met in the middle of the pool. As I said before in previous videos, we're kind of rushing at the end of the video to get this done, so I wasn't able to sort of spend a long time doing all the nice little squirty fountains and putting the archways in like we see in the white one. But you get the general idea of what we're trying to achieve. Now we're going to go for fencing. I'm going to speed this bit up so you don't have to see me minutely placing, but this is again the X tool just being absolutely fantastic. Now what you could do is just select all of that row and then just copy it and take it over the other side. So this is actually being taking even longer than was necessary. But I was just in the zone, quite enjoying myself, just plinking along, building something. Which is another thing where I'd say be bold and build, because the satisfaction you can get is absolutely fantastic. If you've built something yourself, doesn't matter. Yeah, okay. Guys like Rudy and that would laugh, okay, and they'd be like, I can do way better than this, and they do phenomenal stuff. And I love watching like the lady singer, Rudy, Turner, all those guys. Absolutely incredible stuff that they do. Absolutely amazing. But I made this myself, and I was really pleased with it. And there you go. That's it. That's what it looks like. Now, what you can do is, if you want, you can add fountains into it. You can... So here we go. We've got the different fountain options. I will say this, and you'll see me do it here. Hit play. Just, if you've got the game paused while you're building, just hit play so you can see exactly what you want, what it's going to look like. Now, you can then pause it. Whatever effect is currently happening at that time. So if you've got like the large squirter, and you pause it when it's at the sort of the height, the peak, it will pause it like that, and then you can see what it looks like moving about. But the amount of times I've selected something and then gone, oh, it's not showing anything, and then keep clicking through them. So there you go. So when that's at its height, if I'd pause the game, it would stay like that. But there you go. That's it done. That's my little ornamental pool. Have a great one, everybody, and I'll catch you on the next one.